Hey guys, I'm RedHerring. We're going to be looking at another StarCraft 2 game with myself, FTaCtHerring, spawning on the top right of Shakura's Plateau, and on the bottom left we have Complexity's Gowser. So, yeah, I mean, this is the real Gowser. He is Grandmaster, so definitely a really good, really good Protoss player, and this is going to be a PvP. Look at that spamming. So much spamming going down right now. But if we look at the regular APM, it's just funny to me how much of a difference there is. So look at the production tab. My pylon's slightly ahead of his, which is kind of funny. But I mean, basically we're completely even here. It looks like he's hugging his Nexus with that pylon, and he's actually not scouting after pylon. And this is the income discrepancy. When you scout after pylon as opposed to not scouting after pylon in a PvP, this is what it looks like. You actually do take a bit of a hit to your economy. So that's just something to be mindful of. If you're looking to go for an aggressive build or a really tightly executed build, you usually don't scout after pylon just because you need this extra income here. It's kind of decreasing slowly, as you can see. It's a very slight one, but it's there nonetheless. So guys, gotta always keep that in mind. Scouting is not free. It is not free. But yeah, it looks like he's grabbing his gas a little bit faster than I am. I probably should go for my gas. So there we go. And he actually, yeah, we have the same amount of chrono boost spent on both of our structures. He does have both of our gateways coming up, and mine's slightly behind his. I think I went for a 13 gate. He went for a 12. And if you do not scout after pylon, you do go for a 12 gate, just because your gate is just a little bit faster. He is going to be going for 3 guys in that gas geyser, so super standard, and we'll be throwing that cybernetics core down right off the bat. Where's his second pylon? Is he not going to get... So I guess... I mean... Yeah, he's supply blocked. What is this guy doing? I'm actually really surprised he didn't... I guess he's playing a little bit sloppy right now. I went for second pylon, but my cybernetics core is going to be a little bit later because of that. So I guess he just wanted to get a super fast cybernetics core. I didn't even get a pylon there. And going for another gateway before his second pylon finishes. So he's capped at 18 SCVs right now. This is interesting. This is interesting. So, yeah, if we look at the build order here, I mean, it's basically him going for a slightly faster version of what I'm doing. Getting that 2 gates down and me getting my 2 gates down. And has he scouted me? No, he hasn't. He hasn't set the scout out at all. So I could be proxying him. I could have gateways right here, and he wouldn't know. But I don't. I do not. So getting another pylon here, and my plan here in a lot of PvPs, I go for that Charge-Lot Archon. I know you guys have seen that from me in a couple of my recent PvPs that I've cast. And it's generally worked really well. But in this game, I don't know what I'm gonna go for. I just played this yesterday, but I don't remember what I actually went for here. So, I'm surprised myself. Look at the warp gate upgrade research time. I'm slightly behind, but keeping that chrono boost on that warp gate is definitely really good. So, if he's not actually moving out aggressively and actually getting a robotics facility, which I have not scouted yet, but he's actually getting a fast 2-gate robo and then adding another gateway and another, so 4 gate and 1 robo. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I'm going for 4 gate. What is my tech of choice? I'm ahead in harvesters, keep that in mind. And what am I going to be going for here? What am I going to be going for? I have not thrown down any tech whatsoever, but I do have this tower, so I do know he hasn't put any aggression on. With that faster warp gate, maybe he could have faked like a 4 gate or something, but he didn't do that. And oh, nice timing! I actually send my stalker up his ramp at the same time he's trying to send a scout to me. He doesn't even know where I am. He's playing super greedy. And I actually see the robotics facility, and he warped in that sentry, but a second or two too late to snag that stalker. So he actually gets out of there. No harm done. But I actually do see that robotics facility. So now I'm thinking, what tech do I go for? Oh, I'm just gonna go for a Twilight Council. So I'm not actually gonna do anything different. But yeah, Nexus going down. So if you're going for a fast 1 or 2 gate, I guess, robo into 4 gate, you're not going to have an expand because Immortals cost a lot of money. You're not going to have enough to throw down a Nexus until right now. So I guess I'm wrong. So, yeah, he's actually playing the super greedy. I didn't realize he got an expansion up this fast. He's playing really, really greedy. But I am playing safe right now because I do have the economic advantage, 28 to 24. This is my army size. If he marched out right now, this could beat this, but he can't march out right now. And if he did march out, I would take wind of it with this tower here, and I would actually just warp in some charge lots and stuff. And I'm getting charged, and I do have Templar Archives on the way, so not getting Dark Templar. I mean, there's no point in getting Dark Templar if you have, or if you realize your opponent has Robotics Facility, just because that's the whole point of Dark Templar is to make sure that you can get some damage in before they get detection up. But you will have detection because you have a Robotics Facility. So he does have a lot of sentries, 5 sentries here. And that's a lot of gas. That means he won't be getting Colossus as fast as he would probably want to. And I do have another gateway coming up, so a total of 5 gateways. That Nexus is about to be finished, so is his. And pushed up there, saw all the sentries, saw the Immortal, and basically the whole composition he has. And now that I realize, yeah, so now that I realize that he's going to be pushing out here, am I going to stick this web away? No, he's dead. I start warping in, guys. So I warp in reactively, which allows me to just keep pushing my economic advantage, 30 to 23. This is just super good by me. Charge is about to be done, so he's going to hit at the timing, at a decent timing. He might be able to do some damage here, as he has a head supply, and he's a head supply, and he has less harvesters, which means he has more army supply. Yeah, if you look at the army supply, this is his army supply compared to mine. So let's see if he can actually do some damage here. If we look at the let's just take a gander at that APM right now and switch back to the production tab. Just cranking some harvesters. And doesn't have a pylon to back this up? No, he does not. So, runs up here, but I do have charge lots. Force field war. I do have an Archon here, that's the advantage, but my Archon's kind of stuck. He's not, there you go. I do move him in manually to destroy some of those force fields. And because I have max energy, he has a lot of sentries, but I do have max energy. I just this is kind of a weird engagement here. I do actually snipe off the sentry full of energy. That's a nice pickle, but he does have an observer up here, and it's actually taking damage just because of the splash damage from the Archon. It's actually shot up into the air. But if you look at the income tab, or if you look at the supply tab, excuse me, I'm ahead in supply, so maybe if I get force fields down, I can, oh, I do trap an Immortal, and he does throw his force fields down, but I do have an Archon here, so I'm actually going to be able to take out this Immortal and this Zealot here, maybe even taking out a Sentry. There we go, take out the Sentry, and take out another Sentry, get the last one down. So he's lost every single Sentry. If you look at the use loss tab, this has gone in my favor for sure. And keep in mind, I do have the Harvester advantage, so everything in this game has kind of come into my favor here. I did have the economic advantage, I did get my expand a tad bit faster, and I was able to repulse his attack pretty handily. He did do some damage, but not a lot, and he did actually get gas faster than me, so maybe that's something going in his way, going in his favor. And Robotics Bay going down, Robotics Facility going down, he's going to have double time Colossus super fast, and I'm just now getting my double Robotics Facility and getting a Forge for those upgrades. I don't think he does have a Forge right now. No, he doesn't. But income tab, I'm 10, or not 10, but I'm ahead in harvesters by a substantial amount. Let's see, maybe, you know, because the thing is, a lot of Pro players go for that double Robotics Facility, and a lot of Pro players have been kind of trying to metagame their opponent and go for like a hybrid, like Immortal, Charge Lot, Archon, Void Ray mix. And it's kind of tough to know which one to go. If you kind of blindly go for double Robotics Facility and you go for this mass Colossus army, you destroy anything that's not air. But if you go for air, there's a chance that you can destroy the Robotics Facility, unless the Robotics Facility player realizes you're going air, and then you can switch out of it and go for like massive Blink Stalker. So it's a super weird way of trying to, like, it's a roundabout way of destroying your opponent. It's basically just like knowing what they're going and trying to counter it. It's super rock, paper, scissors. Which you can kind of say the same for any really mirror matchup besides TVT. I don't think TVT is very rock, paper, scissors-ish, but DBZ, PvP are kind of, especially PvP in my opinion, are really like that. Let me take down that nameplate now that the action is going to be heating up here. I do have a lot of gateways. I have 9 gateways. 8 gateways, excuse me, and 2 robotics facilities. Just now getting that robotics bay down, so he's gonna have Colossus. He has 4 Colossus, or he's gonna have 5 Colossus as soon as these pop, and I will have none. I have none. So +1 attack on the way. He doesn't have any upgrades starting for himself, but I do have this fast third coming up. And you might say, well, this isn't really a fast third. In PvP, any expansion is a fast expansion if the opponent does not have it. If your opponent doesn't have an expansion, your expansion is gonna... It's a make or break situation. If he can punish this, if he can scout it and punish it, he will pretty much destroy me. I mean, if he pushed out right now with 5 Colossus here against what I have here, I mean, it's going to be tough for me. It's going to be really tough to hold off. I might not even survive. So we'll see. He's actually going for the push out here, and we'll see if I can react to this accordingly. Transferred my workers a little bit too early. That's actually kind of a mistake by me. But if we look at the income tab, 62 to 47. Basically, I'm relying on my economic advantage. It's superior macro to hold me in this engagement. He is relying on his superior unit composition. So we'll see who kind of comes out ahead. He's actually not really pushing into the tower even. He's just securing this third, and I can see that because I do have the tower, so I know the exact timing of his third. I realize that he's going to be playing this a little bit defensive, and I do have... This is my observer? Yeah, this is my observer. I came in here, I saw his double box facility, so I do realize he's not going to go for air. I can commit to my double box facility without fear of him tech switching. On 2 base, you cannot tech switch into air if you already have double Colossus on the way. 3 base, maybe he could, but he doesn't even have his 3 base up yet. So we'll have to see kind of what route this game takes. This is turning into quite the macro PvP here. I know I've cast a bunch of macro PvPs in the past, and I think I kind of like macro PvP. Just because I tend to win them, honestly. A lot of pro players don't know how to play macro PvP that well, so I can generally tend to, I mean, sneak expansions, expand, play it greedy, and it kind of works for me. But, oh, looks like his army is out of position just now moving in. I'm trying to snipe this third that he's getting up, and he's going to let it finish. He canceled it right off the bat. I don't think he would have saved it, so I guess that's the right call. But he doesn't actually pursue my army here. I only had 2 Colossus. Did he not realize I only had 2 Colossus? Maybe he just saw them and assumed I had more in the background. But yeah, I mean, my army is ahead in supply, even though I believe, I mean, he has so many Colossus. If he pushed right now, he might be able to do some good damage on me. But I am 1-1, getting +2 attack, and he doesn't have any upgrades, so maybe it would have been close. And getting another expansion, I am trying to stay ahead in expansions. I'm going to be on 4 base, and he's going to be on 3 in a little bit. And nice wall. I really like this. To prevent charge lots from getting that surround on that nexus, just put some gateways down. What I don't like about this is if I actually position my Colossus here, I could just range against these gateways with that thermal lance. But not really doing that. Just playing it safe. Getting a Stargate, going to go for that mothership, which, as you guys probably know by now, is the key to late game PvP. Really, the key to late game. You could say the key to late game PvZ too, but in PvP, I think even more so. In my opinion, it's pretty close though. So do have that observer with his army. I know he's not monitoring me right now. I actually have 2 observers here. And yeah, more cannons coming up just to defend my expansions at either side. And getting that Dark Templar. This is why you get cannons at your expansions, because like warping in Dark Templar or just Zealots to probe and attack in this matchup is super common. It's really common in any matchup really, but in PvP, I mean, you don't want that happening. So just making sure to safeguard myself against that. Looks like he tried to put a pylon up here to monitor me, but it's in range of my watchtower. I see that, I hit it, I pull back. Nice spread. If I had engaged here, this is just a super nice spread by him. He is Grandmaster. He is like top 100 Grandmaster. So, I mean, he's experienced these situations many times. He knows what to do against them. He has, he's maxed. I am maxed. The only difference here is that I have so many more archers than him. So his army is bigger than mine, but I'm able to replenish my army faster than he'll be able to, or more than he'll be able to replenish his. My upgrades are superior. He is 1-0 or 1-0. I am 2-0-1. Here we go. Here's the engagement. Need to spread these Colossus. Cannot be engaged with all these Colossus bunched up. His Colossus are nicely spread. And as you can see, I'm trying to manually spread these Colossus, but his Colossus basically swept it in this massive concave that's able to do so much. He's actually pushing my army back, even though I had superior upgrades. This demonstrates the importance of positioning. My positioning was not even horrible. It was just bad. His was really good though, so he's able to do that, and he's destroying so many of my Colossus. I cannot let my Colossus numbers fall this much. This is just not what I want to do right now. He has more Zealots coming in. He doesn't even have charge for them. He's just absorbing shots with them. I am killing a couple more of his Colossus. But yeah, this is the right decision. I need to pull back before he can kill off these Colossus, which unguarded fall so fast. I actually warped in Dark Templar because sometimes the observer gets left behind at the battle site, and I'm able to like sweep in and take him by surprise with some Dark Templar. He wisely is actually moving his observer with his army, so he's actually not gonna fall for that. And I realized that because I actually had my observer here and I saw his, so I knew not to engage with this Dark Templar. But if we look at the income tab, 74 to 50, 56, and I do have my fourth up and getting more gateways here. Do I have a fleet beacon? Do I have a mothership on the way? Just starting that mothership. Here we go at the natural, warping in or building more Colossus and getting +2 armor. So if you look at the units lost tab, it's actually really even. He did lose a little bit more than me, but not that much. Not that much. It's basically dead even here. 200 difference. Has a High Templar here, and this is, I love this. This is to feed back the mothership. I don't know if he realizes I have a fleet beacon. No, he doesn't. So he actually, this is his knowledge. He doesn't know anything about what I have going for me here. I haven't kept updated on his base either, but he really doesn't know about my third, about my fourth. He can assume I have that, but he doesn't know for sure. So, and yeah, this High Templar is to feed back. Or did he warp into Archon? Okay, he warped into Archon. But I would assume he wants to feed back my army as soon, or feed back my mothership as soon as it pops out. He's pushing out right before I can get my mothership up. I've spread my Colossus decently here. This is a nice spread by myself. Trying to put up some pylons here at the battlefront. A nice spread. He's manually spreading his Colossus as well. Look at that. That's so good. Sweeping in. This is just the breadth of this engagement is just super good. Let's go into cinematic mode here because I actually know how to do that. Look at how many Colossus he has. Despite my superior upgrades, he is just destroying me. But I have these swinging in from the forward pylon. This is going to make the difference here. You saw the massive Colossus count he had at one point. Well, it actually gets destroyed by the superior upgrades and by the warping in of those clutch zealots there. And my mothership pops out a split second too early. I actually had +1. Yeah, I'm actually upgrading air weapons and shields and getting a carrier. So trying to fight this mass Colossus style from him with air of my own. I realized that he probably doesn't have the economy to tech switch so rapidly. And I actually am keeping tabs on his expansions. I know he doesn't have expansions. I have pylons, zealots, probes all over his bases, so I know he's not doing anything right now. And this is just proving my economic advantage. I'm able to remax so much faster than he is right now, just because of my economic advantage right now. Yeah, I didn't make him immortal, I'm not sure, but making more carriers. I would like to see me get another Stargate or two, but I guess I'm focusing on remaxing. I actually don't have that much money right now. Excuse me, and yeah, he has just really good positioning all around by him. Super good to space those Colossus out like he is right now, and he is putting down this this Nexus, but he actually doesn't realize I do have something. Oh, and actually pick off that observer. Nicely done, nicely done. Yeah, does he know I have a mothership? Oh, he saw it. He saw it. This is his vision here. He realizes I do have a mothership here, and he is getting picked up by the zealot. Might want to go for that probe there. Looks like he's not swinging in. I think he's anticipating me swinging in for an attack at his third while trying to distract him with this. So he's actually overthinking this a little bit. Well, maybe not, because I'm actually going in for the attack here. I am maxed. He is not. Let's see if I can actually make something out of this engagement here. My mothership is a little bit behind, but I'm actually going in, trying to swing my guys all the way around, and this is not what he wants to do. This is a horrible engagement for what he wants to do. I need to move my Colossus into the aggressive position here, but actually some of these Colossus are actually stuck firing on the gateway, so that's a bit of a mistake by me. But mothership is in. He has no detection. He doesn't know that this army, or he knows the army's there, but he can't see it. And I'm just raining down hell on this expansion. It's gonna go down guaranteed. Probably needs to transfer these probes out to mine at this expansion. Definitely needs to do that. There he goes. Oh, he barely gets out before the Colossus can shred them. I'm 2-2-1. He is 2-0. My upgrades are an advantage. I have enough for a vortex. Looks like we're gonna go for the vortex. Moving under the mothership now. Warping in all these stalkers here. Just seal the deal here. Looks like he's trying to get up into his fourth, trying to defend that. I actually have Dark Templar. I warped a Dark Templar here to snipe that fourth, or that third, I guess, down. And going in for the attack here. GG. He does call it GG. So, Really high level PvP here. He is really good. As I said, he is Grandmaster level, so his engagements were amazing. He engaged really well. It's just he didn't play to my weakness. He didn't abuse the fact that I got faster expansions than him. He didn't punish them, and that's basically what it came down to. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I will have more games out soon. I'll get some first-person games out. I know you guys really like those, so I will make sure to do those as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.